What up, YouTube kids? Prime here back at you with another video, and welcome to the third and final installment of this review of the 3 Star Wars movies. I've already done A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, so now I'm going to be filming the third part of this video, when the one that kind of brings it to a close, and also is the newest thing we have, or the closest thing we have to the story of The Force Awakens, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. For those of you who really are trying to get all caught up, like before The Force Awakens comes out, I would strongly urge you watch this movie probably the most times, because in chronological order, this is the closest thing to that. This kind of is what's going to be the first end of the bridge between this and Episode 7, because we know The Force Awakens takes place 30 years after the events of this. So this is really the one you have to watch the most to really get caught up on all the details. So, picks up pretty much exactly where Return of the Jedi left off, or Empire Strikes Back left off, where everyone has basically gone to Tatooine to rescue Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt, and Luke returns to Dagobah to finish his Jedi training, where he also finds out that Leia is his sister. And to add fuel to the fire, the Emperor and Darth Vader are desperately trying to convince Luke to turn to the dark side of the Force, but will they succeed? I'll leave you to find that out. So here's the case art. It has Star Wars 6 Return of the Jedi. You've got Emperor Palpatine. You've got, or also known as Darth Sidious. You've got Luke. You've got Darth Vader. You've got Yoda, the Millennium Falcon, and the Death Star, the second Death Star, along with a couple TIE fighters. The back, Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. The second Death Star, the Millennium Falcon, a couple TIE fighters, and you got, I forgot to mention, there's artwork from the DVD covers, or the DVD menu on here, so this one has Jabba's Palace, this one has Dagobah, and this one has Luke's home on Tatooine. And of course there's a read-up. In the spectacular final chapter of the Star Wars saga, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia must travel to Tatooine to free Han Solo by infiltrating the wretched stronghold of Jabba the Hutt, the galaxy's most loathsome gangster. Reunited, the rebels team up with tribes of Ewoks to combat the Imperial forces on the forest moon of Endor. Meanwhile, the Emperor and Darth Vader conspire to turn Luke to the dark side, and young Skywalker is determined to rekindle the spirit of the Jedi within his father. The galactic civil war culminates in the ultimate showdown as the rebel forces gather to attack the seemingly defenseless and incomplete second Death Star in a battle that will determine the fate of the galaxy. Subtitles, or the features, are the exact same as the other two. I'm not even going to bother reading them for this one. But, you know, honestly, a lot of people have wondered with the release of Episode 6 why they made Luke's lightsaber blade green instead of blue. Well, let me explain. As many of you guys know, for the first 2 movies, Luke's blade is blue. There's your evidence. When filming the parts on Tatooine, where it's basically all of them versus Jabba's gangsters, when they went to re-add Luke's blade into the special effects, apparently the blue shade that they chose, it just wasn't really showing too well on the backdrop very well. Like, the color of the blade was almost matching the skyline that they had, so it was really hard to see his blade, like when he had it held up above his head or he was swinging across in front of him. So they needed to make it a darker color to contrast it so it could still be seen, so that's why they chose green. Other than that, it still would have been the same hilt that he uses in this one, but just with a blue blade. So, for those of you guys who are ever wondering why they did that, that should hopefully answer your question. Open it up. On the inside, you have a couple artwork of some TIE fighter or X-Wing fighters attacking the second Death Star. And on the back, you have, I know that what this is, that's supposed to be Jabba's palace with Princess Leia, and I think a couple stuff. And of course, all the chapters, you got opening logos, arrival at Jabba's palace, landing the Falcon, an Ewok trap, Rebel recon, the battle rages, father versus son, Vader's redemption, Anakin unmasked. I'm not reading these things in order, I'm just picking off random ones from the list. There's actually 50 of them, but I'm not going to read all 50 of them at once. And of course, the artwork on the disc parodies the original, or has the artwork of the poster: Luke, Han, Leia, a couple of Jawas guys, or minions, and the Ewok and Lando. So yeah. All 3 movies, I've reviewed them now in chronological order, starting with the oldest and ending with the newest. I don't have the prequels, unfortunately. I used to, but they are no longer in my possession. These are the only Star Wars movies that I have. I don't have anything from Clone Wars either. But let the record stand, I will try to get my hands on the... I've heard that they've re-released, or I've seen that they've re-released the individual trilogies and Blu-ray DVD combos, and I'm going to actually try to get those for my birthday. So I can have all 6 movies in really crystal clear format before Episode 7 comes out in December. And I will be having a bunch of other Star Wars reviews. I might do some stuff in between now and then if I have anything I can find. But for now, this is all I can do. I thought I'd do these first and get them out of the way. Kind of show you the beginning. And I kind of will focus on the individual prequels when I do the Blu-ray sets. But I guess that's about it. Later, guys. I am out of here. And, well, may the Force be with you.